So, today I wasn't even sure if I wanted to stream, but my stomach hurt, and I just wasn't feeling like playing anything. I can't tell if this music is gonna be loud or anything. Should probably check. I guess I'll do that first before I talk more. So, why isn't this so... Oh. Okay, so I have to like pause both the music and wait. That's dumb. Hold on. Wait. That's dumb. Hold on. Wait. That's dumb. That sounds fine. And now this with me talking over it. Alright, so I should just turn this volume down a little bit. Turn this volume down a little bit. That should be good there. Alright, so I wasn't even sure I wanted to stream today because my stomach has been a little upset. But I also watched a video earlier today about it was Doug made a video making a bunch of random video game characters fight. And used an AI to tell those stories. And I've been thinking about that, and I kind of want to do a video like that, but with myself and our own Giga guest is come to want to be dubbed. And if that video becomes a thing, this will be the thumbnail. So, yeah, very much. I was gonna take you through the process of making my thumbnails in full. So, this is the program that I use, and I always start. You always want a transparent background in case you want to make it transparent, but usually I just put a white background on it. Then we have to open our archive. So for my thumbnail organization, I have green as thumbnails, I have red as archives, I have blue as edited videos, yellow as speedruns, and purple as animations. So for this, we're using a blue thumbnail because edited video is what it would word to. Hello. Welcome. How you doing today? I don't know what I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna leave that empty for now. We can also put those. I use the numbering things. So now I guess we just start drawing. I'm doing good. I was debating even streaming today. I mentioned this a couple minutes ago. I was debating even streaming today because I had a stomach ache earlier, I guess. I had a stomach ache earlier, a little bit. I saw a video, wanted to make a thumbnail, figured I'll just stream myself doing that. You could say that, yeah. It rhymes, so it might as well be reality. Not a lot of good side view. I try and use a reference so I can make it as accurate as possible, but not always good. Not always good references. I talked with my friend on this, and he said it would probably be best if I drew them in at least vaguely looking like their original art styles. But that's hard. And it's also gonna look really weird, mismatching. I only use references if I'm drawing something that isn't fully original. Or if I'm doing something that is fully original, I don't use them. Look at that circle. Sometimes I just randomly do perfect circles trying to do faces or heads rather. For my style, I usually use just one style, but I do a lot of Jojo things as well, and for that, I either do my version of that art style or try to do that art style fully. Usually I just try and mix them. I'll probably be mixing here, but I don't know yet. Usually it changes as I go. Big chin. This is when everything was super masculine in this art. Yeah. And I'll be doing all 8 art styles because I'm drawing all 8 characters here because I'll need all 8 characters. It's gonna be like one here, one here, one here, here, vice versa. I'll fill out the composition as I go. Easy. I mostly do part 4's art style because it's my favorite art style of the show. But like I said, I'm doing the original for this. Oh, good. It's been a long time since I've drawn on stream, so I might not talk too much myself. I still try to talk a bit, but it doesn't help that all the thumbnails I've drawn recently have been silent drawing. Have been silent drawing because I usually make speed draw stuff for drawings on YouTube. Or to judge the size because I haven't done anything other than the lips. But I'm pretty sure big. Probably finish before I judge more. I remember one time, a long time ago, yeah, smaller. One time, a long time ago, I was watching a old friend of mine streaming, and she was still kind of new to drawing and stuff, but she had a decent following on Twitch. And a little bunch of viewers that would always be there. At least when I was around. And I always say "and" a lot whenever I'm talking about stuff. She was drawing something, and I always tried to give her some pointers and such to just help out a bit, because criticism's always good with art, as long as it's constructive criticism. And I always try and be like, looks good, but right there you could do this and it would look a little bit better. I don't say, that sucks, make it better. That's just about the worst type of criticism you could give. So I was like, hey, it looks good, but at that part right there, the perspective looks off. Just trying to be like, because I'm pretty sure what it was there was a character, it was from a lower view, very rough. It was from a lower view, kind of built like that. And in the background there was like the, I don't know what it's called, but it was like a little wall like this. And the perspective on this was given like that. These came up both like this. But at this top here, the perspective was like that. So you see the bottom of these ones, but the top up here. And that's just not how perspective works, you know? You don't see the bottom of something below you and the top of something above you. You either see the top of something below you and the bottom of something above you. Yeah, that's it. Or you see the top of both or the bottom of both. And So it's just like, hey, you might want to look into adjusting the perspective on this part. But I guess she was having a bad day, and the drawing was being really difficult. So my advice didn't go as advice, and it seemed more like nitpicking to her and all of the audience. So I just seemed like a dick. Like, hey, that looks wrong. And then all of the chat was like, I want to see you do it. I want to see you do it better. So I just left because I didn't want to complain and make things difficult for anything. And that was pretty much the last time we talked. That's fun. Long story short, never give people advice on Twitch.com. Still wish the best for them, but yeah, kind of just a sucky situation. I guess I put myself in, but yeah. And that's enough on that. And now I will be silent for a long time because I have no other story. The nose looks big, but it also looks the right size. Very good. I think maybe the top is the right size, but the bottom looks. Off the then you have these lines. Erase that. Smaller because why? I remember when I first started streaming, it was before the ban pretty much on playing copyrighted music. So I would just play my favorite bands on stream. Everything was fine. But since then I've had to go with ad-free, copyright-free music. Because the entire allure of my channel was music very few people other than myself enjoy. Keep that there and make changes as needed. Brows that extend into the hair. Actually, it goes flat and then like that. The eye still doesn't look right. Alright. So there's two choices now. I either get stuck here for like 30 minutes, or I trace just a little. And I'd rather trace a little bit than then be stuck doing the same thing forever. Let's see how I've done so far. The chin up, the jawline. Not the worst. By fitting things a little more. Yeah, not bad at all. We did expand the chin and go up like that. Then the lips and the nose would be in the spot. I would just expand the lip. But yeah. This is still mostly not tracing, but checked by tracing. the best way to make things look accurate is to trace things. I'm not afraid to admit I trace. I think tracing is an important part of art. Because I always tell people when they want to learn to draw, I tell them to trace things that they like, learn how to draw those characters without tracing them, find out what makes that art style and drawing that character, that art style with drawing that character, and then use that across various things to make and develop their own art style. Don't take like, oh, I like how this person does this, how this person does this, how this person does this. Look at everything. Oh, I like how this person does this, but I want to change it so this is done differently, like this. Sometimes you don't even notice that. Sometimes it's just like, as you're drawing, you're like, okay, so I've always done this like this, but I think it would be easier and better if I did it like this. And that's kind of how my art style was made over a span of like a decade. Because let's just go through a quick crash course of all of my art styles, inspirations, all that. So as a kid, SpongeBob. Really simple. I mean, you have some perspective geometry, you have some sticks, shoes, big smile with cheeks, teeth, nose, eyes, eyelashes, holes, and little hands. Simple enough. It's really good for a kid that's learning to draw. Yeah, that. They should belt here. But yeah, that's where I started. After that, you got your circle, you got your mouth shape, eyes, a little more involved. You got your eyes, nose, eyebrows, smile, eyes, ears, spines. Leave a little spot there. Spines, body shape, sticks, legs, of course, legs, socks, shoes, buckle. Got Sonic. That was the next stage of my artwork. After that, you have... Well, at the time, I didn't even draw it like that. I drew it like... At the time, I drew it like this. This is me trying to mimic how I would draw it then. It was Teen Gohan. Looks a lot like Goku, but yeah. After that was Dragon Ball Z. Then after that, my first OC, which was just my character. We had this, that, the eyes, no nose, and like this for the hair. I had long hair at the time, so I went down like that. Something like that, loosely my character, when I first started drawing him. Then I started watching SAO, I don't remember the art style of SAO, it's pretty much just anime, eyes, a more realistic nose. This is definitely. But the most important thing I got from that was the mouths. Because there was the first anime with a little split in, which I now do for most of my artwork. After that, I started drawing my character a little more realistic, probably still doing the heads like this. Still with the triple head thing, like that. Did I start doing the nose here? Yeah. I think I started doing a little Dragon Ball around this point. And the eyes went to this. More SAO-y. And I think I might have went for short hair at this point. Not sure. But that was the OC at that point. And then I watched Shimonetta. Probably still doing like this. I think at this point is when I also started, about where I started streaming. I would have this. I don't know if I did or not. Alright. I started doing noses like this. Eyes like this. I do the hair like this. You have little spots. That. More hair. So that's that. And then in 3D, I made my character as he is now. So I'll just loosely draw that now. This nose. I actually do noses different for different characters. For guys, for girls, a little more flat there. And this is how I do it for our guest, because there's some nose variety. Put the eyes like that. This is how I do the hair now. So I went from this hair to that. Big change. So instead of that, now it's Look at that. And that's the evolution of my art style. Now, as you can see, for a long time, back to the point that I was making initially, a lot of tracing happened. And with everything that I traced, eventually, I had my own thing. So, that's why I tell people to trace when they want to learn art. Trace art you like. Learn what you like about it. Learn how to do it without tracing. Then make it your own. I'm gonna do that, but I want more. Can I still trace? I'll get rid of it. I like my room. Hard to parallel. Takes a more than any. Also, straighten this out. quite a bit. Pretty high. The coat collar thing, I don't remember. Glad to see that they've added very little new songs. I've remembered most of these. It's been like a year since I've drawn on stream. At least start this view. And there is, we need a little bit more hair here. There. And there is our Jotaro. The hard part's going to be fitting 4 characters up here. Hard unless... which I probably will do. is Jojo. Next we need Giorno, the two most popular characters in the series, right up front. What's with all the... This character supports this group of people? Does that make people feel better about themselves? If someone's saying, oh yeah, this character, like, why do you have to say that? If you want to believe that, just believe that. You don't have to see that. Confuses me. You know what? It would be a lot easier if I could just get the shape. And the correct sizing compared to the characters. Horizontal. Up. Good there. Good size. Good 3D model. That. I could say something very controversial right now. And I think I might. I didn't like Part 5. Personally, was my least favorite. I feel like in part it was because of how hyped everyone else made it. I was like looking forward to it quite a bit from everything that I heard, and knowing about parts before I started also helped me to look forward to them. But in this case, I was very underwhelmed. GE and Giorno felt very small as characters. By making the entire group more important, it made the primary character less important. It almost felt like Bucciarati was the main Jojo. I feel like Part 4 did a better job with having a group of characters that you could care for. And at least I felt more that Josuke and Jotaro were like, set main characters. They were, not always, but they were pretty much big in most fights, or at least present somehow in most fights. That I can remember. And they just felt like they were constantly important to me. I've talked with my friend, our guest, quite a bit about part 4 and stuff, and it seems to be his least favorite part, to be honest. But it's my favorite part. And his favorite part's part 5, which is my least favorite part. So it's kind of funny. I'm gonna freeze the. It's funny, the massive art change difference here. This was my one concern with doing each character in their own parts style. Because they do not mesh very well. You can't put part 3 and part 5 together and have it look like a cohesive piece. Just look at this. These look like different properties. I think the one big thing that's making this Giorno look off, the nose looks quite big. Which also, now that I'm saying it out loud, could seem, if I'm not mistaking, like, things that are racist. Not something I research often. What is and is not racist. But if I'm not mistaken, isn't... I feel weird saying this, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying, is it a stereotype for Italians to have larger noses? This isn't something... I feel like me talking about it more is making it seem worse. But is that or is that not a stereotype? Because, I mean, that nose was drawn long, and I'm shortening it. And I'm way too concerned. It's dumb. I also made the lips bigger because the lips were open in the original thing, so instead of making them smaller, I just made them massive. Which I don't think is a stereotype. Let me close this eye a little bit. Let me see if I can find a picture. Giorno. Yes. The nose is big. In the show. Also, looking at the different decorations, unquote, in the face from the anime. Looks like there is this. Nothing here. Alright. Some drawings have it like that, and some have it smooth. I will make it smooth. Time for the haircut. Why did Araki design Giorno with this? Trying not to put too much detail into this, where I don't have to. Giorno's hair is super slicked back. This almost sounded like Dio's Eyes of Heaven theme. Almost. It's funny the detail difference between these two. Hi. I'm good. How about yourself? If I can... Oh, almost forgot. Nose line thing. Did forget it on this side. Good. I am now out of things to talk about. I'm kidding. Except I'm not. So am I out of things to talk about? Or not? I really need to think of things to talk about with people when they join the stream. I could not. The farthest I've gotten is I was able to consistently get one side done. The farthest I've gotten with like reading a guide was I was at the last box, the last side rather, and I thought I had solved it, looked around the cube, and there was one spot. It was like white, red, green, for example. Just that one spot right there. So I look up how to fix it. I'm like, okay. Broke it entirely. So after that, I solved the white side, and I put it up with the white side facing out. So I was like, yep, that's done. Most popular. I do not. What would that be? After these two, I would say the most popular characters. Excuse me. Pyramid. Definitely seen different types of Rubik's Cubes. I just don't know them by name. Do Jojo for part in currently the anticipated one. Does that make that Rubik's Cube easier or harder? Impressive. Especially given that I wouldn't know how to solve any Rubik. Those other words. If I had a wider spot to draw, drawing more of these characters not hard. There goes on. If I do this one here, I have another character up here, and then we're both. Sounds like a plan. I know a lot about solving Rubik's Cube is more so Rubik's Cubes and Rubik's Cube type things. It's a lot of remembering patterns and stuff. Some people, probably a lot of people, just able to look at it, close their eyes, and still be able to solve it. And then people like me who can't solve it at all, with a guide and everything. Just had a dumb idea that I'm going to do. For the amount of nose lines they have is what art they are. Giorno changes from number that I initially gave him to 5. Six. Jojo has 3. Josuke will have 4. That's the number. And other characters will have their own part. So on and so forth, basically. Or Jolene, what does Jolene look like from this side? she also a little cheekbone, cheek line. Don't know what exactly it's supposed to be, but it's there. I assume there's probably some. But it's more like this. Like this. And I've been drawing. Cut, paste. Here. It's hard. This wood. That over. Drawing braids is kind of hard. I'm going to overly simplify them. Should long a little bit. And of course. I still haven't heard anything from my teacher in regards to my final. I also don't know what grade I got, if it's even been graded yet, which I assume it would be, but I haven't seen it. Okay. The next most popular character, I would say, Joseph. Going to be young Joseph. Because that's him from his own part. Just as Jotaro is Jotaro from his own part. Jojo Joseph versus Jotaro for Best Boy. Yes. And for the reference I will be using for Joseph is when he was his face so far is the closest to Jotaro's, inaccurate somewhat sizing. Even though I will completely ignore that and just make it look right in proportion to Jolene. His hair gets quite in the way. But there is room back here and over here. So it'll be fun. I was thinking that this would be the last one I do on stream. I'll finish the rest off. DBZ in Fortnite. I'm just hearing this from our guest. He plays Fortnite. I disapprove of this behavior. My opinion does not matter. The massive ones on these early Jojo characters. That doesn't look real. Is it just me, or does this not look real? Hold on, let me turn this light off. This does not look real. Let me even full screen this. This does not look real. It does not look real. Why are Goku and Beerus so much more expensive? They just keep passing Vegeta L after L. All L's. No dubs. No love for Vegeta. Even him and his wife are cheaper than Goku and a god. Which, speaking, sounds correct. But it's all just visual. It doesn't even matter that Bears could literally destroy any of these Fortnite characters. Such a literal god of destruction versus Z. Oh my god. Who would win? Blonde guy with pickaxe? Or God of Destruction with the scar? Oh my god. I hate Fortnite. Jesus. Is his hair only like this because he's pushed up against a door? Or is that how his hair looks? No, it looks different. So I'm kinda just gonna freehand the hair based off of this. Need to be bigger and be Doesn't look right. We're gonna erase all the hair that we can. And we're going to replace it with this image. Even though it's not exactly a side view unless I can find a better one. Nope. We for reference. Even though that hair is sure down a bit. That's small. Big problem. Problem child. I guess let's just use this very blurry picture. Maybe I should have used reference. That's so blurry. Gonna have to work though. This mesh of characters just not look, it does not look right at all. It's like if you put what's it called? I always forget show names. I'll just use, it's like comparing Pokemon to my god, I hate everything. Why can't I remember names? Berserk. Comparing Pokemon to Berserk on some of these. Like, these two characters do not look the same. Gonna have to do though. It looks like he's down. Ironically, with what I traced, since given that he was peeping on his mom. Accidentally, nonetheless, but too much up. It there. Alright. Not set in stone yet, but what I'm thinking is just because if I were continuing based off of popularity alone, I would say probably part 7, 8, 1, and 4. But because the alternate universes exist, I'm probably gonna do 7, 1, 4, 8. 8. There. And this isn't how they're gonna be set up overall. This is just kind of like thumbnail, eye catcher, you know? But yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna say thank you all. I pressed the wrong button. Thank you all for stopping by. Down below the stream we have the Instagram, Twitter, Discord, my portfolio, as well as follow button. If you haven't pressed that, I'd appreciate it if you did. We also have the YouTube channel where I try and post every day at 8 p.m. PST. And here's a quick ad. That's the ad. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you're all having a good day, good evening, good afternoon. I'll catch you all in the next one, and until then, peace out.